Hey guys, so I want to talk to you guys about income and earning and how you earn, and just kind of dive in and tell you more about what I earn, how much I make, things like that. Kind of personal, but I wanted to share it with you guys. So, first things first. So, we've kind of gone over how to coach or what it means, what you do as a coach, what is an accountability group. And so now I want to focus on the income side of things. So you've probably seen in our group my income progression when I first started coaching. I think my very first paycheck was like $12 in some sense, not a lot. And so we actually get paid once a week. We get paid on Thursdays. And no, we don't get paid in Monopoly money or Bitcoins or whatever, currency. We get paid in money, in real money. And it is honestly awesome to see this income opportunity. I never ever thought that when I signed up after I was diagnosed with my arthritis, with my rheumatoid arthritis, that this opportunity would lead me to a business and into a full-time business, that I would get to work from home. And honestly, I never ever thought that that was possible. I always had it in my heart that I wanted to work from home and earn an income from home, but I just didn't know how. And this was my way out, believe it or not. And so, how did I make this happen? So, basically, there's a couple ways of earning in Beachbody. The first one is commission. So, we earn 25% commission on anything and everything that we sell. But I always tell my girls, you can only sell so much stuff, right? Like, come on. So, the other way that you can earn is by growing and building your team. So basically, Beachbody pays you to grow your team and build your team. And as you're doing that, you get to earn bonuses. And these bonuses are amazing. So this is another really awesome way to earn, because you're not having to get out there and sell a bunch of product. You're just working on focusing on building your team and growing your team, and you're still going to earn income, which is pretty awesome. So a lot of times that bonus, you want to be higher, the bonuses, you want them to be higher than your actual commission. And like I said, you can only sell so much product, right? So you do really want to focus on growing your team and building your team. And not only because of the income, but also because of the camaraderie and because of the community that you can create. And honestly, having a team of your best girlfriends is amazing. And I can't even begin to tell you what my goals are, like for our team, like to have team retreats, awesome ways that us farm ladies and country girls and whoever you are can get out of where you are living and go to the beach or get away on a vacation and have this amazing retreat. I also see myself like having some local girls, no matter if they're local or far away, coming to this, but even taking coffee and getting together for coffee if you do live locally by me. And so those are just some of the fun things that we get to do. I love to send my girls surprises in the mail, whether it's a personal development book or if it's a gift card for Sephora or things like that. So yeah, those are just kind of some of the things that I love to do. So let's talk more about my personal income. So like I said, my first paycheck was a little over $12. Surprise, shocker, right? That's really making in the big bucks. And honestly, it took me a long time, because with this business, I tend to dabble. So I took about the first 6 to 9 months of when I first started coaching to just dabble in this business. And by dabble, I mean I wasn't consistent. I wasn't doing the consistent behaviors of building my business. I would show up maybe Mondays and Thursdays, and that's it. I wasn't showing up every single day like the way I train my coaches now to do, because I know better. And so what really happens is that when you do dabble, your income is going to reflect a dabbling coach. If you want to work this full time and you're showing up every single day, your income is going to reflect that. And so right now, as a full-time coach, I am making more than I did working full-time. And I know I don't mean like thousands of dollars more. I mean maybe $500 more a month. But this is my first year, so I actually quit my job in 2017 in March to be at home full-time, fired my boss. I was like, done, see ya, going home to work, build my own business. I did not have a backup plan. This was my backup plan. And I ended up quitting my job a little bit sooner than I thought, just because I was tired of never being good enough at my workplace. I was tired of the commute. I was tired of being put down. And yeah, anyway, I said, see ya to my boss, and I started working this business full time with no backup plan. So I knew, and I still know, that this is it for me, and that this is my way of being at home with my family. And like I said, this is my first year of matching my full-time income or making more than my full-time income. Last year when I quit my job in 2017, I was not making anywhere close to what I was making full-time. And so it really proves that over this past year, I really dug my heels in and really crawled in the trenches and was trying to grow and build my own team. So that's really what it takes, is honestly just knowing what you want and then going for it. And that's exactly what I did. So with that, like I said, I've been making more than what I did working full time. And typically, during the busy season this year, I was making about $500 on average per week. Which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, I mean, definitely now, Beachbody does have slower seasons. It's usually in the fall. When that happens, after kids go back to school, it does slow down some. So, just be aware of that. But every business has that. When I worked in architecture or engineering, we were slower during the winter time too. So it just happened. So even with teaching, you have the summers off. So that's your slower time, obviously. You're not getting paid to have your summers off. So yeah, that is kind of the income progression. I know personally my own coach, she is amazing. She's been coaching almost 5 years, and she makes close to $100,000, if not over that, per year, which is incredible. I know last year she made over $100,000, which is amazing. And she's only been doing this 5 years. We do have a lot of millionaires in Beachbody also, actually not my coach, but her upline coach is in the Million Club, which is pretty cool because not only have they earned $1 million in their business over the lifetime of their business, but they also probably have helped that many people too. And it's more about the people that you're helping than the income. And the income is just a drop in the bucket because honestly, you're surrounded by this amazing community. You get to earn trips and go on vacation with your family. You get to earn this side hustle, this awesome side hustle that, allows you to have the freedom of finances, but also allows you to have the freedom to stay at home if you want, if that's your goal. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you guys today, is about income. And like I said, Beachbody really doesn't guarantee any level of income or success. All of this was brought to you by me working hard. And the first few years of coaching, definitely, I was probably making after my first year, so obviously I was making $12 a week for my first few months. And then I seen my income going up. And then I was making about $200 a month. Sometimes I would, or maybe it was $500 a month. And then I would put that money in savings, or I would, use it for my spending money, or we would use it for vacation money. And so far, I've booked a few vacations from my Beachbody money. We're actually going to Walt Disney World this winter and the Bahamas, and both of which I'm pretty much solely paying for. So Taylor just usually covers the food. So I pay for the hotels, the flights, everything like that. So it's pretty awesome to be able to afford vacations like that while working from home. At least I think it is. So yeah, and this is also a really great side hustle. So I know some of my first purchases of doing this part-time while I was still working full-time was buying a new blender. Buying graduation and wedding gifts, because those are endless, right? Buying gas. That was a huge one because I was commuting to work 55 miles one way. So that was a big one. Groceries is another great one. So I know people who are, family of 4, whatever, it's a struggle buying groceries. Groceries are expensive. So that was always my goal, to be able to pay for groceries and just to earn an extra $300 to $500 a month. That way I could have my own spending money. I could help pay for more of the bills, whether it's cell phone bill, things like that. And right now that's typically what my money does go for because I am working at home. So most of the time I will pay for our cell phone bill. I will pay for our TV and internet and landline and things like that. We still have a landline, yes. Our service out here in the country kind of stinks. So I pay for those types of bills. I also pay for groceries too every once in a while. Sometimes Taylor and I split that up. I also pay for like a rural water bill. Yes, we have rural water because we have cattle that suck out all the, all the well water, especially in the winter when they are at home, and things like that. So those are kind of the, you know, electric bill too. I'll pay for every once in a while. So those are kind of the bills that the standard ones that I cover with my paycheck. So I hope that helps just kind of give you an insight into what, you know, income and things like that. Of course, I'm always putting money into savings because I believe in saving a little bit of my paycheck every single week. There's also times when I am donating to different causes or to church, tithing, things like that. That's also important. So yeah, just having like a savings account definitely set up for sure, and knowing that this percentage or this amount is going into my savings account every week. So yeah, that's another really nice thing, is getting paid weekly, because I know at past jobs I was paid bi-weekly or even once a month, and honestly once a month was bad because you kind of had to make your money stretch then. It wasn't like you had this certain time of income that was coming in and you really had to make it stretch and watch your bank account and things like that. So it's kind of like balancing, like sometimes I wouldn't have enough and I would have to transfer money from my savings into my bank account. So it's always really nice to be getting paid weekly, and then you always know like a week ahead of time what you're going to be getting paid the following week, which is really cool too. All right, guys, so I hope that helps a little bit more on income and kind of knowing the income potential of what you can do with Beachbody and your own business and working your own hours, which is pretty cool.